And President Trump is declaring a national emergency in the U.S. The administration says a new executive order is aimed at improving manufacturing, transportation, agriculture, and defense industries. Trump also says he hopes it will help sustain the basics of modern life and military preparedness. ABC News business reporter Alexis Christoforous is here with more on that. So, Alexis, what does that mean that we're in a national energy emergency?
Well, this is a first for a president to declare a national energy emergency. And in short, we're not in one. In fact, most analysts say we're very close to having a short-term oversupply of oil and gas in this country. So what this does in declaring this emergency is it gives President Trump additional executive powers. So, for instance, he can impose restrictions now on crude oil exports. It gives him the authority to suspend some environmental regulations. And it also allows him to roll back some of the Biden-era regulations and promote more leasing on federal lands to drill, baby, drill, as he said during his speech yesterday, and encourage industries to have more oil come from the U.S. You know, the U.S. actually is the world's largest oil producer as it is. We are not the world's largest exporter, and it seems as though that is something President Trump is pushing for.
Trump's also expected to end Biden's electric vehicle mandate and loosen the restrictions on energy-efficient appliances. So what will that mean for consumers?
Well, not a whole lot in the beginning, because remember, under the Biden administration, what he did was he put out there a guideline for automakers saying, we want half of your cars that you make by the year 2030 to be electric. It wasn't a mandate, but rather a very strong suggestion.
Right, sort of your whole fleet has to meet this level of emissions,
correct, right? New cars, you wouldn't have to pull old cars off the market. What Trump is saying is we're not going to say that that's a goal for automakers anymore. Some of the things that really upset the Trump administration, though, he cannot just write off with the stroke of a pen. He's going to need congressional approval for things like rolling back those major tax credits for consumers and manufacturers if they buy EV, and the stringent federal emission standards that the Biden administration placed on the industry. These things are going to need congressional approval. But it looks like he's trying to use his energy policies as a way to pay for some of the tax cuts. Remember that he implemented back in 2017. They're about to expire, and he has said he wants to make some of those tax cuts permanent.
He's also repeatedly promised to lower energy prices by 50%. Can he do it? How?
That's a huge number, 50%, and most analysts say it's improbable. I mean, if you look back to 2020, in the throes of the pandemic, we had crude oil production at basically nil. There was no demand. Energy costs for consumers came down 19%, and that was a global shakeup. So bringing energy prices down by 50%, I don't know how some of the things that he's proposing would get prices down that low. They may have some impact, but 50% is a lot.
He also signed a memorandum aimed at fighting inflation. What stuck out to you from that?
I wish we had specifics, because he keeps talking about grocery prices being higher. And yes, they are certainly than they were 4 years ago. But inflation has come down. It's now 2.9%. I know many of us still feeling the pinch because we're paying more for the essentials. But his memorandum did not specifically state how he's going to bring prices down. It seems as though he's putting a lot of effort into these energy policies that he believes will then sort of domino effect into lower prices. Not sure, though, how we can connect those dots.
All right. Business reporter Alexis Christoforous, thank you.